Hey everybody, welcome. I hope everybody has had a good week. We made it to Friday, yay. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody is keeping warm. I know it's starting to get cold. Winter's finally starting to set in. It's even been cold here, cold for Arkansas. When I was working today, I was all bundled up, layered up. Tomorrow it's supposed to be warmer. It's supposed to be up in the mid 50s, so I'm going to enjoy that. So I'm going to try and get out and work a little bit tomorrow morning, early afternoon before the SEC championship game comes on. But it didn't come on until 3, so I'm going to get out and work some, try to make some more Christmas money. All week, I think all I have been shopping and delivering is wrapping paper, tissue paper, toys. But it's fun. It's fun, and I need the money. So hey, what can you do? And right now on the TV, I've got the whatever championship game is going on right now, Boise State and somebody. Anyway, so tonight is our True Crime After Dark, and we got lots of stuff to cover tonight. I made a slideshow for the things that I've been gathering this week, and then when I was sitting in the car waiting for orders to come in today at work, I would scroll through my Google News feed and just kept finding different stuff that I wanted to share. So hopefully we can get that all worked in. And speaking of Christmas, is everybody ready for Christmas? Everybody who observes Christmas, that is. I'm ready for it. It's not so bad now that I don't work. I worked retail at Wally World, Walmart for 15 years. So, and I haven't worked there it's been about 10 years since I quit. So I'm just now probably 3 or 4 years. It took me 3 or 4 years to get back into being able to enjoy the holidays, because anybody who's worked in retail knows working in retail during the holidays is not very fun. But we do what we got to do. So let's see who all is here. Miss Barb checked in, says she can wait for our Friday night date. We love having you here. Yeah, you guys, all you guys who come in and join me on Friday nights in chat, or my Friday night dates, because you know this is my Friday night now, but I would not want to spend it anywhere else but with you guys. So hopefully Miss Barb will make it back, and we love having Miss Barb here. Please check out. It should, I think Arctic put it in again. It should be pinned to the top of the chat, as always. The Timmy's Legacy YouTube channel. If you have not already, please go subscribe, like, share, comment, give that channel support, and also as always in the description box of the live stream, I have the YouTube link again, the Facebook group, and the petition to sign to reopen Timmy's case. So please go subscribe to the channel, join the group, sign the petition. Once again, if you've done all those things, sharing is the best thing you can do. Absolutely. Miss Farr is here. She says she will be listening on the TV. Always good to have Miss Farr here. Thank you so much. Yes, welcome everybody. Absolutely. And Miss Farr said, yes, definitely hit that like button, subscribe, share. Cannot say it enough. That's the most important thing you can do. Yes, and also be sure to hit the notification bell to all, so you know when I upload a new video or go live. Even though I try to pre-schedule my live streams at least the night before to give everybody a little bit of a notice. Hold on one second. Little bit of a notice. All right, sorry, I had to blow my nose. I don't know if it's allergy, combination of allergies, and then being in and out of the getting hot and cold today, because when I was sitting in the car waiting to get orders, it was hot in the car, and then I would get out to go in and shop it and then deliver it, and then just be freezing. So anyway, so yes, as I was saying, be sure to hit the notification bell to all. I try to pre-schedule my live streams at least the night before to give advance notice, and then I just periodically randomly upload videos during the week. So be sure that you get your notifications. Yes, thank you, Arctic. Welcome, Arctic. Always good to have our buddy Arctic here. He's got the link to Timmy's Legacy YouTube channel in again. Thank you so much. Chris is here. Always good to have Chris here. Hope you're doing well, sir. There's Miss Donna. It's good to see you, Miss Donna. Haven't seen Miss Donna in a while. Definitely check out Missing and Not Forgotten and Missing and Unalive, Searching for the Truth on Facebook. Miss Donna does a lot of good work sharing and advocating on Facebook. So please do check it out. I'm hoping she's not in Facebook jail again. I know she has a lot of been here a while back. A few weeks ago, Miss Donna was having a lot of trouble with because she posts obviously a lot of missing persons flyers, and Facebook has been kind of cracking down on because there's been unfortunately so much spam and not so much spams but scam missing posts that they're just cracking down. And unfortunately, Miss Donna, even though hers are absolutely legit, they kept taking her videos down, her missing person posts down. So I hope things are getting better for you, Miss Donna. Miss Dandy is here. Hello, Dandy. How are you, my friend? Good to see you, love. Always good to have Dandy here. I hope you're having a good Friday night. Hope everybody's ready for the weekend. Miss Doris is here. Always good to see Miss Doris. Hello, ma'am. Mr. James Tate is here. Absolutely always wonderful to see him. Oh, he says, okay, we're turning off the music, Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer. Now, see, you shouldn't have said anything because you're going to have that song going through my head now. I'm going to have to go find the video. Oh, goodness. Let's see. See who else. Oh, you're just now. Arctic says he finally cracked and turned the heat on. finally just now. We've had ours on for a while, but my mom, I'm to the point, I guess, getting older, hot flashes. I stay hot all the time. But and then we've got mom, and she's wrapped up freezing cold. So we kind of go back and forth on the. She'll turn it up, and then I'll go behind her and turn it down. So, but I can put it on whenever I want to for about the next week because it's been a busy week. She had her other eye, her left eye done, cataract surgery. She had the right one done last Wednesday, and she had the left one done this Wednesday. And then yesterday, I had to take her back up to do follow up, and then I handed her off to my aunt, and they are now somewhere between here and Tennessee. They're going to Tennessee with a tour bus, Little Rock Tours. So they are out having fun. So I'm glad of that. So it's just me and the cats. And speaking of the cats, let me find that picture. My cats are being very clingy. They miss their mommy because my mom is their mommy. So when I came home today and got settled in, there's them on the bed, Mr. Doofy and Mr. Grumpy, aka Biscuit and Tigger. They were having a stare down there, and I think not too long after that, if I remember correctly, they got into a knockdown, drag out play fight. And now I think they wore themselves out because when I looked in a while ago, they were both asleep on my mom's bed. So anyway, there's our fur boys, our little babies, our little crazy boys. But we love them. We love them. We love them. All right. Let me get back, make sure I didn't miss anybody. My comments jumped. Okay, so yeah, there's Arctic saying he finally cracked and turned the heat on. Yeah, and sometimes, because I always want mom to be comfortable, obviously. So if I have to, I'll just crack the window in my bedroom to let some cool air in to cool off when we have the heat up. There's Miss Peggy. Hello, Miss Peggy. Good to have you here. Oh, Chris says yes. The Mountain West Championship. I know it's Boise, and I can't remember. Let me see. UNLV and Boise. I got it on mute over here on the TV. I had to say I don't know, probably for Boise, just because I don't know. I like the blue field. Oh goodness. I'm just waiting for the SEC championship game tomorrow. It's going to be Texas and the Bulldogs, Georgia. Definitely going to be rooting for Georgia, and I'm sure Mrs. Steve will be rooting for Georgia as well. I just cannot, even though the Longhorns are SEC now, I just, no matter who they're playing, I just, going back to the old Southwest Conference days for anybody, SEC fans, it was always Arkansas against every Texas team, so I just have an inherent dislike for any Texas football teams. Even though my dad's from Texas, so, technically I should like Texas teams, but nope. All right. Get everyone in and we will get started. Absolutely. Chris says sharing is caring. Yes, yes, yes. There's Sunday Doodles. Good to have you here, Sunday. Always good to see you. Just making sure I didn't miss anybody. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Donna. Miss Donna says she's just been sick. I hope you're feeling better now. Thoughts, prayers, and good vibes coming your way, ma'am. Don't like to hear when any of our community is sick. Dandy says that she doesn't get on Facebook much. They don't like her mouth over there. Don't worry about them. All right. Oh, Dandy says Sunday is her birthday. Everything is all right. Celebrating early with y'all. Happy early birthday. And I get to bring out my, I always forget to ask, yeah, for anybody else who has a birthday coming up soon, let me know. Let me find my birthday video clip. Let's see, which one do I want to play? How about this one? So there is Dandy's and whoever else has a birthday. Special birthday dance. Happy birthday early, Miss Dandy. All right, get back over to my comments. Yep, absolutely. Everybody's wishing Dandy happy birthday. Yeah, they were having this stare down, I'm telling you. They, Tigger, which is the all gray one, he's the old grumpy man. And then we got Little Biscuit, although Little Biscuit is almost bigger than Tigger is now, which he's the put their picture up again. That's Biscuit on the left, the white and gray, and then Tigger is there on the right, giving the mean scowl. Yeah. And so Tigger is the old grumpy man now, and Biscuit is, I guess he's a teenager now. The aggravating teenager. But I don't know what we would do without him, so yep, absolutely. Everybody wishing Dandy happy early birthday. Thank you, Miss Doris. She says, love your cats. They're so adorable. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, and I'm gonna try to, I've got try to get like an outro video of some of you guys' pets. Chris from the Mob Crew does that. I don't know if he still does it. And I think Mr. James and a couple of other people have sent pictures. So if you have any pictures of any of your pets, if you're on Facebook, you can message them pictures to me. If you're not on Facebook, you can email them to me at southerngaltruecrime@hotmail.com, and I'll try to get a little outro video put together with some of you guys' pets. I think that's just such a neat idea, since we all seem to love our fur babies around here. Yep, more birthday wishes for Miss Dandy. So Dandy says, thank you guys. Absolutely can't wait to get the soil I requested as a gift. Okay, you're going to have to explain that to me. That intrigues me. Chris says, go Longhorns. Don't let Mrs. Steve hear you say that. I have to root for Georgia. Although I have ties to like I said, both Texas and Georgia. My dad came from Texas, and then my grandpa on my mom's side, my mom's dad, their family came from Georgia. So it's a toss up, but like I said, Georgia, go Bulldogs. Yep. Once again, more. Did I forget about Doris? Oh, what did I miss? Make sure I didn't. Thank you, Miss Doris. Okay. Oh my goodness, everything keeps jumping on me. Well, where did it go? I think I went go back too far. Hold on. Everything is jumping on me. There we go. Okay. Get caught up again. Arctic says Sylvester beats up on Smokey all the time. Yeah, I know. Biscuit is getting the best of Tigger. Like I said, Biscuit's in that rambunctious teenage stage. Apparently, he climbs. I've never seen a cat, and I've had lots of cats, in my time. Biscuit climbs more than any other. He would climb all the way up to the ceiling if he could. I mean, he climbs all the time. It's just unreal. And he's bouncing off the walls and he gets the zoomies and just, oh my goodness, he's a wild child. Yes, absolutely. Dandy says, can we tag you in Discord with pet pictures? Absolutely. I will try to remember to check Discord, but absolutely. No, I said hi to Miss Doris, didn't I? I'm sorry if I overlooked Miss Doris. Hello, Miss Doris. Miss Barb is back. Hello, Miss Barb. Good to have you here. Good to have you here. And I shared it on my community wall. They uploaded a new video, an interview or a news story about Timmy's case with the interview with Miss Barb. So, and I haven't got it put on Facebook yet. I'm sure Miss Barbara's got it on Facebook in the group. But I did share it to my community wall here on YouTube. So please do check it out if you haven't already. That is true. Chris says Texas is closer to Arkansas than Georgia. That is true. But like I said, going back to those old Southwest Conference days, back when I was a little kid, it was just Arkansas against Texas, basically. And I still can't get it out of my system, Oh, okay. So Dandy says she has over 200 houseplants. So that is why she needs soil. So do we need to start taking up a fund to buy you some soil, Miss Dandy? We will do that. Oh, goodness. You must have a green thumb. I don't have a green thumb. I never have. I did not. My grandma did, and she could grow anything and everything. Plants, flowers, a garden along with my grandpa. Unfortunately, my mom did not inherit their green thumb, and I didn't either, because neither one of us, we have a hard time keeping plants and flowers alive. So kudos to anybody who can keep plants alive. Arctic says, that's okay, Chris. Georgia can have Texas. Arkansas don't want her. Apparently Miss Doris does plants. She says she loves plants. I've entered my plants into plant shows and have won first and second place ribbons. Wow. Good on you, Miss Doris. Like I said, I do not have a green thumb. Okay, I think I'm caught up. So let me mark here where I left off. Let's see what I wanted to do first. Because there's the things that I found today, I didn't have time to add them to the slideshow. We'll do this one first. This is, and I'll do screen share. Regarding, this is from Morgantown, West Virginia, regarding Kimberly Osborne. Let me share my screen right quick. There's actually been 2 updates. They identified her, or they'd found the remains and identified her. Excuse me. And also somebody has, when I checked for updates today, may take a minute for it to pop up. Somebody has been arrested and charged with homicide. Well, I say it's going to pop up. There it is. It's coming. Maybe. It's working on it, guys. There it is. Okay. Let me change it so you guys can see better. Okay, so this article actually, I think, came out yesterday. This is the first one I came across. The 5th. Was that yesterday? Yes, yesterday. Try to touch my phone without ending the live stream. So missing West Virginia woman's body found in shallow grave, and that is a Kimberly Osborne. I'm gonna try not to butcher this. Monongalia County, officials have confirmed that the human remains found in a shallow grave last month do belong to Kimberly Osborne, a woman who's been missing for 7 months. According to a release from the I can't pronounce it, Monongalia County Sheriff's Office, Osborne's remains were discovered on November 16th on Little Indian Creek Road, and they and sent to the West Virginia Chief Medical Examiner's Office for an autopsy and identification. Kimberly Osborne was last seen in May of 2024 on River Road. Osborne's identification comes after an extensive investigation, including evidence obtained during the exhumation of the body, statements provided by law enforcement by individuals with knowledge of the case, as well as digital and forensic evidence. A forensic anthropology team from Mercyhurst University in Erie, Pennsylvania, also assisted with the investigation due to their expertise in working with outdoor homicide cases. Officials said that the investigation is still ongoing and has been ruled a homicide. Crews with the Monongalia County Sheriff's Office were assisted by West Virginia State Police, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, the FBI Pittsburgh Field Office, and the County Prosecuting Attorney's Office. So if anyone has information regarding this case, you're encouraged to contact the Monongalia County Sheriff's Office at 304-291-7260. And now I do have see if it'll switch it over without having to take this one down and reshare it. No, I may have to just, did it change? There it goes. Okay. So this came out today. A man arrested for the homicide of Morgantown woman found in shallow grave. Once again, Kimberly Osborne. Officials with the Monongalia County Sheriff's Office have announced the arrest of a man in connection to human remains found in November that were identified as a woman missing for 7 months. According to a press release, Joseph Navarra, 51, of Morgantown, has been charged with the homicide of Kimberly Osborne, who was reported missing in May, and whose body was found in a shallow grave on get rid of these ads, on Little Indian Creek Road on November 16th. Law enforcement confirmed that the remains did belong to Kimberly on Thursday. On Friday, law enforcement officers with the County Sheriff's Office, West Virginia State Police, Pennsylvania State Police, FBI, conducted multiple search warrants on property owned by Navarra in the Red River area of Monongalia County, which was the last place that Osborne was seen before her disappearance. As of Friday evening, Navarra's picture and information do not appear in the West Virginia Division of Corrections database. It says it will be updated when that information is made available. Despite Navarra's arrest, detectives are still working on leads related to the case. So once again, if you have any information, officials urge you to contact the Sheriff's Office Detective Division at 304-291-7260. So I'm wondering if they knew each other, because I did read, when I came across the first article I read, I was trying to find some more information, and I think they said that it, unless I'm getting my cases mixed up, which is entirely possible, that it could, they thought it might be a DV situation. But now, if anybody has looked at this case or knows anything about it, please correct me, put it in chat, or if you're watching a replay, hello replay crew, we love our replay crew. Please leave a comment below. Just a sad, regardless of what it was, just a very sad situation. All right, let me get caught up in comments again. Chris says he says he doesn't want or have a green thumb. Dandy says plants and pets are my people. I agree with you. Oh, is it Chris says he doesn't want and hasn't got a green thumb. Uh, Dandy said, Doris, you are my people. Absolutely. Far says prayers for Kimberly's family. Yes, ma'am. Arctic says all his plants are fake. No more plant homicides on his hands. Yeah, I've had some unintentional. I don't know if you call it what plant slaughter, unintentional plant slaughter. Yeah. I'm not good with plants. Yeah, Dandy says told Arctic to stay out of jail. No plant homicides. Oh, that sounds like fun. Miss James says he and Miss Marion are having a music night. That sounds fun. Tomorrow night we might have to, if anybody be up to just a fun non-true crime live stream, we might do something fun tomorrow night. Like I said, I have the house to me and the cats have our house to sell ourselves till I think next Friday or Saturday, so we can, so mom's being taken care of by somebody else right now, so I get a little bit of a break. So we may do something fun tomorrow night if anybody's up to it. And then hopefully, I don't know, I haven't seen Dave. Dave may be working, but I'm sure Dave will have his late night, early morning, late Saturday night, early Sunday morning live stream tomorrow night. So I'll have to, we'll join Dave. If you can't make the live stream live, please do watch the replay. Dave is an amazing person, has a great channel. But yes, you, Mr. James, you and Miss Marion have fun with your music night. He says, thank you so much for everything you do for everyone else. God bless you all. Absolutely. Thank you so much for all you guys' support. Actually, I think I have a story about that. That's one of the stories I'm going to talk about that actually came across, I think, today. Yes, Colleen Leadbetter. Yep, I have an article about her. She's one that I added in last minute. So, yeah, we're definitely going to talk about that case. I think it was sometime in the 1970s. What did Chris say? 1972. It was like a 40 or 50-year-old case. And they identified her remains. Once again, using genetic genealogy. And you guys know how I feel about genetic genealogy. I'm going to get my party on. Yeah. This is my party right here. Oh, Arctic says if you get bored, he'll FedEx me his mom to babysit till yours gets home. No, I'm good. I'm good. Don't get me wrong. I love doing what needs to be done for my mom. And, she's not, she can still get out and do stuff, but just with the cataract surgery, she can't drive. So I've been chauffeuring her around, taking her to the surgeries and the follow-ups and anywhere else she needs to go. So, it is my duty and my pleasure and my honor to chauffeur my mama around. All right. So caught up again. So let me stop sharing this one and we will go to what we had next. Actually, the case that Chris was talking about. We have next. Oh, and before we do that, speaking of Chris, I think he sent this to me on Facebook Messenger. Let me find it. Go down to the right place. And I'm gonna have to make losing my stuff here. Chris sent this to me, and I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna turn my cam off for a minute because I'm gonna have to go full screen on my phone and lean into it to be able to read this. Hold on, let me get it right here, or I can read all of it where it's not cut off. This is Jance Varela. There is a $15,000 reward. If you know something, say something. Please help bring Jance home. He was last seen on, and this is from Loveland, Colorado. He was last seen in June of 2022. He's 6'4", 140 pounds, with gray brown hair, brown hazel eyes, missing from Loveland, Colorado. Jance Wesley Varela was last seen in June of 2022 in Loveland, Colorado. There are significant concerns for his health and well-being due to a serious medical condition diagnosed shortly before his disappearance. Jance may have a beard and might be wearing glasses. He has a large abdominal scar and a tattoo of the pi symbol on his left hand. A reward is being offered for tips that lead to the resolution of the case. Once again, it's a $15,000 reward. So if you have any information, call 970-498-5140. And I will put this, I will share it on Facebook. It may already be on, Chris may have already shared it on Facebook. And I will share it also on my community tab here on YouTube. So share anywhere and everywhere you can. Once again, Jance Varela, missing from Loveland, Colorado since June of 2022. So we really need to, and this is one I had never heard of, so we really need to get some attention on this one. All right. All right, let me get back out of full screen so I can see what I'm doing here. All right, let me screen share. See how long it takes to pop up this time. No, it didn't take that long that time. Okay, so this is the one that Chris was talking about. Yes. See, my math is not good. 52 years since she was missing. 52 years. Okay, so going back to the missing person I just shared. Yeah, Dandy is in Colorado. Chris asked her, how far is Loveland from you? She says clear across the state. So, okay, Chris said that he found Jance's case in a Facebook group. Absolutely. So I will share the poster when we get done here. If I don't remember to do it tonight, I'll do it tomorrow. I will share it on, like I said, on my community tab and on Facebook. Absolutely. So thank you, Chris, for that. Chris is always sending me a lot, and I always forget to thank him. Always sending me great stuff. And of course, Arctic says he has covered Jance when he first went missing. So I will also, did you do a video? Either, whatever you did, I will find it. Or you can put a link here to it. And I will share it on my community tab. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you to everyone, all you guys, for bringing these cases to my attention that I've not heard about. All right. So this woman identified in 1973 Colorado case over 50 years later. Once again, get rid of the ads. So this is a picture, and she was 15 years old, I believe, when she went missing. In that picture, she does not look 15. Beautiful, beautiful young lady. Roxanne Leadbetter is her name. And this article is from yesterday, from Weld County, Colorado. The unidentified remains of a woman found in 1973 were officially identified and confirmed on Tuesday. The Weld County Sheriff's Office said that Jane Doe was confirmed to be Roxanne Leadbetter of the Los Angeles area. This case highlights the importance of preserving evidence even for decades old crimes. Absolutely, especially like I said, with this beginning the use of a genetic genealogy more and more. And this is according to CBI Director Chris Schaefer. Advancements in DNA technology have given us a powerful tool to help solve cold cases and bring long overdue answers to the families and victims who are never forgotten. Absolutely. The sheriff's office said her remains were found on November 19th, 1973, near the bank of the St. Vrain River, north of Highway 66 and 4 miles west of Platteville. In 2021, detectives learned where her remains were buried, and in 2022, they exhumed her remains to analyze for DNA. The sheriff's office said in February of 2024, the CBI provided a genealogy report which led to evidence that the remains could be those of Leadbetter. The sheriff's office said detectives learned her closest relatives were first cousins and I contacted them because apparently both of her parents and I believe her brother had already passed away. So they contacted these first cousins. They reportedly said that Leadbetter went missing around 1972 when she was 15 years old, but they had actually really no connection or close relationship. But had no connections to Colorado. They didn't know why she would have been there. Detectives then contacted multiple law enforcement agencies in California who all reportedly said they did not have any records of Leadbetter going missing. So no missing persons report was ever filed for her. And this is according to the sheriff's office. On Tuesday, a forensic genealogy analyst provided an official genealogy report, which the sheriff's office said confirmed those remains were Leadbetter's based on a kinship comparison with a cousin. The sheriff's office said they would keep the case open as her Leadbetter's cause of death was under suspicious circumstances and her COD is still unknown. Detective Castellon says this is our oldest cold case. I'm glad Roxanne has finally been identified and some of her remaining family members have gotten answers about what happened to her. Going forward, I hope to discover what events led to her death and how she ended up here. So if you have any information about Roxanne's case or details about her disappearance, nothing is too small, especially in these old cold cases. You can contact Detective Castellon at 970-400 2827 or bcastellon at weld.gov or the Weld County Sheriff's Office at 970-304-6464 or crime tips at weld.gov. So just amazing that another over 50-year-old case or remains have been identified after over 50 years. Once again, with the use of genetic genealogy. You know, it doesn't matter how many cases like this that I come across and read about and hear about, it just never ceases to amaze me how after, over 50 years, they can identify remains. It's just amazing. All right. There's where I left off. Okay. Arctic says he just did a short video. I will on the Jantz's case. I will absolutely find it and share it on my community tab. Dandy says Loveland. Once again, going back to Jantz's case, is north of Denver. Okay. Chris said it was in Justice Take Flight. Yes. Yeah, I think I had that cut a little bit of that where it came from off to fit everything in there. But it came from Justice Take Flight Colorado Missing Persons on Facebook. Thank you very much. Arctic put in the link to his video. Thank you, sir. Um, all right, everybody's discussing Colorado. I'm trying to think. I've never been to Colorado. My brother and sister-in-law, when they were going before my sister-in-law passed away, her and my brother-in-law or brother, on their adventures. I think they, pretty sure they went to Colorado. Pretty sure. I don't know what part of Colorado they went to, but they loved it there. Of course, it was snowing when they were there. All right. So I'll mark where I left off and see what we have next. Looking in my bookmarks. So we did that one. Okay, I think I've got slides. Okay, so we'll stop sharing that and bring up my slideshow. Oh, switch layouts. So we, like I said, we've been, what we're going to talk about tonight, 30 minutes in or 45 minutes in. Missing, we'll talk about some missing, some true crime news, a little bit of new information that on the Hannah Kobayashi case. That's one that still is so bizarre and frustrating and tragic, obviously, but lots of things. Now, once again, when we talk about it, take some things with a grain of salt. But her family has made some statements. Her law enforcement has made some new statements. And then within the last week or so, JonBenet Ramsey's father has come out, and he thinks they're talking about the DNA and the use of genetic genealogy. In his opinion, I've got an article I found, says, in his opinion, JonBenet's case could be solved if they would test whatever DNA they have with genetic genealogy. So I'll read that, and we can give our thoughts and opinions about that. But first, this is just, and there was an update on this, another horrible, tragic story. Not really true crime, but just nonetheless. So let me get the article to come up. And this is from, where was this at? Pittsburgh. This poor lady had apparently fallen into a sinkhole. They believe that she'd been out looking maybe for her cat. But I was just going to do, because when I found this original story yesterday, they still had not found her. Apparently, at some point today, they have found her remains. But the search for a grandmother who apparently fell into a sinkhole while looking for her cat earlier this week in a coal mine about 40 miles southeast of Pittsburgh. And once again, this is the original article from yesterday. Is now, they said it was a recovery mission. The hunt for Elizabeth Pollard entered day 3. Let me just go to the new article, because I think in the new article it gives the updated information. It will come up. So this is from USA Today, and it was from today. Pennsylvania grandma's body found while in mine after falling in sinkhole while looking for her cat. Elizabeth Pollard, a 64-year-old grandma, was found deceased in an abandoned coal mine in Unity Township, Pennsylvania on Friday morning. So this morning. The body of a missing grandmother was discovered 4 days after she fell into a sinkhole while looking for her cat in an abandoned coal mine town about 40 miles southeast of Pittsburgh. This is according to the coroner and the country coroner, I don't know if I meant county coroner, and the state police confirmed this. Elizabeth Pollard, 64, was found in the mine around 10 a.m. on Friday. Westmoreland County Coroner Tim Carson told USA Today in an email. Pollard's body will be brought back to the coroner's office for an autopsy to determine cause and manner of death. We're relieved to have found her to provide closure to the family. Pennsylvania State Police Lieutenant Adam Reed said the rescue effort began on, sorry, I'm trying to get rid of ads. Began on Monday after Pollard was last seen around 5 p.m. that day searching for her cat Pepper, state police said. Pollard's family called the police around 1 a.m. Tuesday morning and reported that she had not returned home, according to the department. So police did find her vehicle behind the Union Restaurant in Unity Township around 3 a.m. Her 5-year-old granddaughter was inside the car. She is safe. The sinkhole, which was nearly the size of a manhole cover, was spotted in the area near the car. Investigators determined that the sinkhole was more than likely created around the time that Miss Pollard began walking around looking for her cat. Pollard's granddaughter, who had been in the car for nearly 12 hours in freezing temperatures, is now safe with her parents. She was unable to give law enforcement any details about what transpired on Monday evening. The department said. Pennsylvania State Police spokesperson Trooper Steve Lamani said she was just a 5-year-old girl that was waiting in the car for her grandmother to come back. I mean, can you just, my heart goes out to the entire family. Can you just imagine this poor little 5-year-old girl, her grandmother gets out of the car or whatever to look for the cat, doesn't come back. This little girl is in that car for 12 hours. I just cannot imagine how scared she must have been. Police met with Pollard's family on Wednesday night. They kept them updated on the search efforts. The defunct mine Pollard was found in is in Marguerite, which is an unincorporated community and a coal town in Westmoreland County. A rescue crews worked a full 2 days pumping water through the underground mine to clear dirt, debris, and rocks. So Pollard would have had a clear path to exit, and this is according to Lamani. Lamani said during a Wednesday press conference, crews were just busting their butts, covered in mud, everything they could do to move debris. The crews continued to work, including more days of solid digging and pumping oxygen in the mine for Pollard to breathe. Also during the news conference, Pleasant Unity Fire Chief John Bacchus said the roof of the mine had collapsed in several places, making it very unstable. It is unclear if the mine collapsing caused Miss Pollard's death or if she passed away from lack of oxygen or food, or that, it was cold. It could have been, the elements or a combination, unfortunately, of any of those things. Okay, so I guess that was the end of that. So just a very tragic end to a tragic story. But at least, like Miss Barb would say, bittersweet. At least they did find her. They'll be able to lay her rest, give her a proper burial. So as always, thoughts, prayers, and good vibes to the family. All right, let me get back into your comments for a minute. Stop my cam for a second. Oh, everything's going blue on me. Okay, here's where I left off. All right. Oh goodness, RD's talking about a Colorado t-shirt. I'll just put that up there for a second. Goodness gracious. What will we do without Arctic? Yes, Arctic says, my heart goes out to that poor granddaughter. I know, like I said, can you just imagine 5 years old in that car, freezing temperatures for 12 hours, waiting for grandma to come back, and just, yes, absolutely heartbreaking. Absolutely. Welcome, Aquarian One. Good to have you here as always. Very sad. May she rest in peace. Absolutely. Yes. Yes, we have toad suck days during the summer at Toad Suck, Arkansas, which yes is a real place, a real town. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely sad, heartbreaking. Yes, absolutely. Miss Farr says prayers for her family. Absolutely. Aquarian one says, what is causing the sinkholes? Just going off this information, it said it was a mining town. So this is just me assuming and speculating that it might have had something to do with one of the underground mines that may have caused the sinkhole, and she just maybe happened to either didn't see it and stepped into it, or they think that the ground, it was there, however sinkholes work. You know, she just happened to walk across it and there was still a level of dirt or whatever on it and just fell through. That's just some of the theories that I've read in some of the articles, but I would just go on the assumption that it had to do with the coal mine, the mines. Oh, I missed that. Okay, so Arctica says, I'm still asking if the grandma went to find the cat. How did the cat get in the car with the granddaughter? So the cat was, I missed that. The cat was in the car with the grandmother? Maybe, I don't know, maybe the cat was around there and found its way to the car, but you would think that the doors would have been shut and the windows would be rolled up since it was so cold. That is an interesting question. See, I missed the part about the cat being in the car with the granddaughter. I don't know. I have no answer for that. That is strange. Absolutely. Miss Barb says prayers for the family. Aquarian says, was the granddaughter in a child car seat? I would hope so. A 5-year-old technically probably should be in the car seat. It did not say if she was or not. I'm just assuming, hopefully, that she was. You're absolutely welcome. It's always good to see you, Aquarian. Up. Mr. James is checking back in. He says they're having a wonderful night. Marion is picking music out, good tune, Hotel California. I actually heard that on the radio today when I was sitting in the car. Love that song. Love that song. All right. So I'll mark there. Let's see what we have next. This is another obviously tragic and a bizarre case. Let me find the right article. I think I have two articles. So this is out of, where is that out of? Calhoun County, South Carolina. Deputies search for man after a car found in the Congaree River. And this article is from the 4th, a couple of days ago. The Calhoun County Sheriff's Office is searching for a missing man whose car was found in the Congaree River. Authorities say Paul Chandler, and that is Mr. Chandler there on the slide. 72 was last seen by family members around 3 a.m. on December 3rd. His vehicle was found later that morning in the Congaree River, and I don't know how big. I'm going to assume it's a fairly large river. It was found in the river at Bates Landing around 8 a.m. Mr. Chandler is 5'9" tall, weighs around 130 pounds. He was last seen wearing a camouflage jacket, blue jeans, and black work shoes. Sheriff Thomas Summers asked anyone who may see Mr. Chandler or may have information on his whereabouts to either call 911 or 803-874-2741. And I also found another article with some statements from, I believe, his daughter. And this is from, I believe, today or yesterday. A daughter of missing Calhoun County man whose car was found in Congaree River prays for his safe return home. Absolutely. The daughter of a missing, get rid of ads. The daughter of a missing Calhoun County man is asking for help to bring him home after his car was found submerged in the Congaree River. His daughter said the river was 72-year-old Paul Chandler's happy place. Chandler was last seen by his family around 3 a.m. on Tuesday. His car was recovered in the Congaree River later that morning. Search efforts by law enforcement and family members are active and ongoing. Jessica Chandler said the boat landing has been a part of her life for as long as she can remember. She says, this is where we camped every weekend. This is where I grew up. This is a place I know as my other home, and it's always been a peaceful place for me until now. I just want to find my daddy. Breaks my heart. Jessica Chandler said the river has always meant a lot to her father and that it did not strike her as odd or peculiar that he would be at this location in the middle of the night. Because I think I remember when I first started hearing about this, that he was, or they had witnesses, I believe, that think that he was the one that they saw at the spot. I can't remember exactly what time, but sometime in the early morning hours. Calhoun County Sheriff Thomas Summers, who has known the family for decades, agreed. He says this has been his place. I'm 40 years old, and he's been coming here since I was a baby. Other people, I guess they find peace in other places, and this was his. This was his quiet place. You can come down here at night. Summers said that the 72-year-old is a well-respected mechanic in Calhoun County. When Paul's car was recovered, Summers said the windows were down. Excuse me. He said, we theorized he was probably just sitting here looking at the water with the windows down, maybe didn't put the car in park, and his foot could have slipped off the brake and he ended up in the water. So but he says it's all just a theory right now. An image captured by family members shows that Paul's car had nearly completely sunken in the water when it was discovered, and only the roof was visible. For the past several days, the Sheriff's Office and the South Carolina Department of Natural Resources have been searching the river for any sign of Paul. They've been using radar on their boats to look underwater. The sheriff says search crews will be out at Bates Landing daily. He says, we're all hopeful. Everybody is saying a prayer, and we just hope for the best. Absolutely. Jessica, his daughter, said it has been a sleepless week for her and her family as they pray that Paul returns home safely. The family has essentially camped out at the boat landing as well. They said they have walked at least a mile up and down the riverbanks, searching day and night with boats and flashlights. Jessica says, if anybody is dedicated and they know this river, if you're willing to come out with your boat and just search, it would be appreciated by the family. I know to some he may not have mattered, but to us, he was our world. Jessica is also pleading for more lights and cameras, which she says could have helped explain what happened to her father. The family said they believe there is a woman who often comes by Bates Landing late at night, and they are asking her to reach out to them if she saw anything on Tuesday night, the night he disappeared. Summers says at this point there are no signs of foul play. He did stress, though, that this is an active investigation. Deputies are pursuing all angles and leads. He added that deputies are patrolling back roads that Chandler was known to frequent in Calhoun County. So once again, I think in the other article, it said you call 911, and then they gave that other phone number. So let's just hope for a good outcome. Hopefully, Mr. Chandler is found alive and well. All right, let me see. That is going back to this case. Aquarian says the reason I asked about the children or if she was in the car seat is I'm wondering how the cat got back in the car, who opened the door. That is a good question. Unless now maybe, but I don't know why the cat would run from her, unless it was just one of those cats that like to run. If maybe they were driving or whatever, and the grandmother happened to see the cat, and she just kind of jumped out of the car real quick to go grab the cat. Maybe the cat ran, or before she got to the cat is when she fell into the sinkhole. That would be the only thing that I can come up with, was why the door would be open. Now, once again, just a theory and speculation, thoughts on my part. But that is an excellent observation. There's Junior Johnson. Hello, Junior. Good to have you here in Michigan. Are you staying warm, Junior? I've heard y'all had a lot of snow in Michigan up there in the last couple of days. Always good to have Junior here. Keep forgetting to look to see what. Boise State at this moment is beating UNLV 21-0 in the what did you say, Chris? Mountain West Conference Championship. And they're playing on the blue field. They're playing in Boise. All right. All right, so I'm caught up. So we'll see what we have next. We did Mr. Chandler. Okay, this is, let me find her article. I might have a couple of articles. No, just one. Okay, so this is, get the articles to come up. We'll get past the this is from Madison, Wisconsin. This is regarding Brooke Stratten. Let me get a drink real quick. And this article is from the 4th, so a couple of days ago, once again. It has been 2 months since Madison County Police discovered the body of missing 24-year-old Brooke Stratten in a pond near O'Donnell Hills Park, and still there are no details as to exactly how she passed. Madison Police Department Public Information Officer Stephanie Fryer says, we know it's hard when answers aren't immediately available, but that's kind of where we're at with this case. Stratton's family initially reported her as missing in early October. After someone saw a photo of her on the news, they told police they may have seen her with another person near O'Donnell Hills Park. The person who was last known to be with Stratten was taken into custody. The person that was last known to be with Brooke was taken into custody on a probation hold, and that person still remains in the Dane County Jail at this time. Fryer says police have not made any charges or arrests on this case. Therefore, the department cannot release any names at this time. He says, right now we're waiting on that evidence analysis. We are combing through everything that we have already collected. In October, Chief Sean Barnes okay, so this is the one that was the DV situation, not the first one we talked about. So in October, Chief Sean Barnes publicly stated that this was a DV homicide investigation. This label has since been pulled back, however, and Fryer says, as of right now, detectives are looking at this as just a death investigation, so not necessarily a homicide. So I don't know what kind of information they had to make them backtrack on the that it was a DV homicide. Fryer said investigators are being diligent, checking the status of the evidence that has been collected daily. She says the goal for the department is to figure out what happened to Stratten to bring closure to everyone involved. She says Brooke's life mattered, and we want to make sure that we are doing everything we can to figure out what happened. So that is some information on that case. And I think I remember vaguely when this first happened, but I hadn't everything I put in my mental sticky notes. Sometimes I lose some of my mental sticky notes. So I just found this the other day and just wanted to share this little bit of an update. Yeah, that's true. Arctic says they could have at least said if it was accidentally or homicide. Yeah, because that article said that, or at first it was being thought, or they said it was a DV homicide, but now, how do they phrase it? Now, oh goodness, these ads are driving me nuts. That they said it was a DV homicide. Let me find the. It was stated in October. Chief Barnes publicly stated that it was a DV homicide investigation, but now they said that label was pulled back, and as of right now, it is just a death investigation. So, like I said, I don't know what kind of information or that they got to make them change, backtrack on the DV homicide. So we'll have to keep our an eye on this one to see if anything changes again, any of that information. But regardless, very sad. All right. Oh, we're doing good. We're just a little over an hour. Okay, so next, this is a weird one, or not weird, but to me, there's some red flags in this one. This one is from, I believe, Tennessee. Let me get the article just to be sure. Get the article up. So the article says family friends push for answers after man found hit and killed on I-40. The 22-year-old's body was hit by multiple vehicles, and it could have been in the road for up to 10 hours. 10 hours. And as you can see, not meaning this in a derogatory way, but he's a larger guy. 10 hours. And it could have been hit by, I forgot to put once again, my trigger warning. Put my crawler up for my trigger warnings. All right. So this article is from the 4th, Nashville, Tennessee. Metro police are trying to figure out what led up to a man being found hit and killed along the side of I-40 near the airport on Tuesday morning. Family and friends of Austin David are hoping someone with information will come forward after officers said Davis was likely lying in the road and being hit by multiple vehicles for up to 10 hours. I just can't wrap my head around that. The 22-year-old Mount Juliet resident passed away between the Donaldson Pike and Stewart's Ferry Pike exits of I-40 East. His body was found at around 11:15 a.m., but police said it could have been there as early as 2 a.m. Police said that he was walking along the right shoulder when he was hit by a car in the right lane and then hit again in the middle lane. No witnesses or vehicles that hit David was in the area when officers arrived. So at the very least, it's a hit and run. Because like I said, how could you not know that you didn't hit something? I mean, something or someone. Just blows my mind. David's mother, Rachel Kimbrough Reed, told WSMV that she woke up on Tuesday morning at her Texas home feeling that something was wrong. When she was not able to contact David, she called his roommate because she'd been told that they were going out together on Monday night. So that would have been the night that he got hit. or in, yeah. Kimbrough. So this is where, to me, the red flags come in, but please let me know what you guys think. Kimbrough, his mother, said the roommate first told her that he did not remember if they left the bar together, but he woke up on Tuesday with damage on his truck that looked like he hit something. The roommate then mentioned getting into a fight with David on the drive home, so he let David out on the side of the interstate on I-40 near where his body was found. So his mother says something doesn't add up here. This story makes no sense at all. Raise a show of hands in chat, or if you're watching replay, and comments. Red flags, red flags. Metro Police said the investigation is still ongoing and officers are not able to provide any information beyond the initial press release on Tuesday that identified David. David grew up in the Nashville area before moving away to several other cities with family, according to his mother. He moved back to St. Juliet about a year ago to reconnect with friends and to get a new job. David, he did make several unanswered calls to friends around 3 a.m., but was not seen or heard from until his body was found at what they say 11 a.m. on Tuesday morning. Selena Curtis said people who knew David are struggling to process what happened. Curtis and other friends are praying for justice because she does not think that this was an accident. Once again, show of hands. She says he wouldn't want us to cry or anything, but it's just something that none of us can handle. It's something that none of us thought would happen in the long run. He's someone we never thought we would lose, and it hurts bad. Curtis, Kimbrough, and other people spoke to WSMV, said that David was a big teddy bear and one of the most selfless people that they had ever met. His goal in life was to make people smile and laugh anytime he walked into a room. He was just a caring and loving person who never wanted anybody hurt. I know he would want something said and something done about any type of situation that happened. They are hoping someone will come forward with information so police can help people who left David to get closure after the shocking tragedy. They have started a GoFundMe to help cover funeral expenses. So just, yeah, to me, I have questions and I have red flags. Just doesn't, the roommate or I don't know if it was the roommate, but the friend that he was out with, what was the story? He gave several different stories. First he said the roommate, it was the roommate, said that he didn't remember if they left the bar together. He woke up on Tuesday morning with damage on his truck that looked like he hit something. Then he said that he mentioned getting into a fight with David on the drive home and letting David out on the side of the road near where his body was found. So yeah, definitely, in my opinion, something is afoot at the Circle K. But let me see what you guys have to say. Get down to where I was. Oh. I think I went too far. There we go. Yeah. That about sums it up. OMG. Yeah, no one stopped. Yeah. For 10 hours he could have been out there, they think. Crazy. And like I said, it's a hit and run at the very least. And like I said, I still, with the damage on the truck and the friend, saying they got into an argument and he let him out on the side of the road. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying. Yeah, but they said he could have been hit multiple times. How can you hit a person and not know that you hit something? I mean, even if he was just, had already been struck several times laying on the road, you would have trying to not be crass and when I don't know how to put this, but you would feel it. You would feel if you ran over something. Just yeah. Dandy says that's insane. Someone could be ran over for that length of time. I know. I know. Uh, Sunday says possibly hit him. Were they drinking? Could be. They said that they were out. Let me see. Uh, it says they were out. They were out together. I mean, it does. You would assume that they were probably at a bar, maybe, or let's see. Let me find the. So according to his mother, she called the roommate because she had been told that he and this friend and other friends were going out together on Monday night. So it's possible that some drinking could have gone on. Yep, Miss Barbara's got the red flags, most definitely. Hello, Miss Miranda. Good to have you here. Always good to see Miss Miranda. I hope you're doing well tonight, ma'am. Yep, absolutely. Arctic says, how can you run over someone and not stop, much less multiple people do it? I know. That's just I can't wrap my head around that. I just can't. Yep. Miranda says he was in the road for 10 hours. People have no humanity. I know. Arctic says definitely red flags. Thank you. I'm glad I'm not the only one who's like, really? You know? Um, just crazy. Oh, Miranda says, "How do you switch away from top messages when you're a mod?" I don't know. Apparently that's a problem that mods have been having in chats, and I honestly I don't know now because I'm a mod. I think on Arctic's channel, on definitely on Dave's channel, and now when I'm in chat on the YouTube side on Dave's live streams and chat, I can switch from, just go to the top like you do and switch from top messages to live chat. I've never had a problem with it doing it. But now, I don't know, but I have heard that you're not the only one that's mentioned that, Miranda, about not being able to switch out. Now, first, it was, I don't know if it's everybody, but then it was saying, people were saying that it's when you're a mod that they were having trouble switching. Dandy says there is no option. Is it just on this channel, my channel, or other channels? Because like I said, I know on Dave's channel, I have no problem. I can switch from top chat to live chat. Far says Miranda, go to the clog. Oh yeah, the wheel and clog looking thing. Okay, Miranda says you can on other channels. Arctic says he just goes to the gear at the top of the chat. See, and I still don't know what these scissors are. Apparently, I've never seen the scissors, or I've just never paid attention. Yeah, Miranda says hers shows a pair of scissors and an X. Okay, Miranda says only this one. I, as far as I know, there is no way I can change anything. Now, if somebody, another creator as a channel knows if on my side, if I need to go in and do anything, I will gladly do it. Okay, Arctic says there are, yeah, I've heard that too. There are a few people having the same issue, not sure how to fix it. Yeah. I don't, I'm sorry, Miranda. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know. All right. Let's see what we have next. Oh, let me make sure I didn't have any other articles. Okay, so I have a couple of articles. I'm sure most people have heard. Let me. Okay. Arthur told me to talk to Dago. He says he thinks he fixed it for his mods, but not sure how. Okay, absolutely. I will ask him. Oh, that's right. Miranda says, no worries. If someone says hello and I don't reply, I'm not ignoring you. We know you wouldn't ignore anybody, Miranda. All right, so got a couple of articles on this case. Bizarre, tragic, all the way around. So first article we'll look at is some police statements. And then we'll go to what the family has to say. Apparently there's other rumors, speculation that has come out about possibly being, well, we'll get to that. Turn my camera off for a minute while I read. So this is from People, and it is from the 4th. What police say about key questions in the strange case of Hannah Kobayashi, who walked into Mexico and off the grid. And it says, none of this makes sense. An attorney for her family tells People. Hannah Kobayashi's family says they are still seeking many answers about why she went off the grid, and they lost contact with her in Los Angeles last month, just one day before she was seen on video crossing the border into Mexico. On Monday, December 2nd, LA police shared their own findings so far in what's now being classified as a voluntary missing persons case. Some 3 weeks after Kobayashi's loved ones say the 30-year-old disappeared. The priority authorities say remains, quote, her safety and well-being. Absolutely. Sarah Azari, an attorney working with Kobayashi's mom, Brandy Yee, and her sister, Sydney Kobayashi, says, quote, they don't believe that there's anything voluntary about this because Hannah doesn't have any substance addiction or mental illness. She goes on to say there was no distress, there was no argument, there was no animosity with the family, and none of this makes sense. While the family says their own search will continue, here's what police say they have determined so far. What was Hannah doing in LA? She arrived in the city from Maui, Hawaii on November 8th and then was supposed to fly to the East Coast, but she never did. LA Police Chief Jim McDonnell told reporters at a Monday news conference. He says, for unknown reasons, she decided not to board her pre-scheduled flight to New York that same day. From November 8th to the 11th, video footage and still imagery showed Hannah at various locations around LA. This information was subsequently verified by LAPD detectives. While she did check her bag through to New York, she requested her bag be sent to her at LAX, where we have surveillance footage of her retrieving it from the baggage carousel on November 11th. That is also the last day that her phone pinged at LAX. Alan Hamilton, the LA Police's chief of detectives, was asked at the news conference on Monday about an unidentified man whom Hannah had been seen traveling with on public transit. See, I still have questions about this unidentified man. He said she met this person at the airport. Now they say, quote, we have identified that individual. That individual was cooperative in the investigation. That individual cooperated by allowing himself to be interviewed with his attorney present and family members. He gave a full disclosure of the entire sequence of events. Well, that is all well and good. But just because he willingly, and I'm not saying he did anything, I mean, I'm not saying he was involved in anything, but, you know, just because he agreed to be interviewed, I mean, what else? Did they check anything else to verify his account of what happened? They go on to say we utilized so they did. We utilized independent investigative techniques to verify his story, and it fully checked out. The police maintain that as part of their work on the case, they have conducted extensive witness interviews, reviewed video surveillance, and collaborated with local and federal law enforcement agencies on this case. Asked to comment on criticism from Hannah's family, who say officials haven't been as communicative or as, quote, diligent as they should be, according to their attorney, Hamilton, the chief of detectives, pushed back on that. He says, we've been very transparent with the family to this point. We've had daily communication and contact with family members, and we've given all the information that we can provide in terms of what our investigation has entailed, what the efforts have been on behalf of the LAPD and other partner law enforcement agencies. We put a lot of resources into this investigation. So just to be clear to the public, the LAPD has taken this report seriously from the moment that we received it, and we have expended a lot of resources to include a trip this past weekend to the U.S.-Mexico border to collaborate with our partners there. We've really left no stone unturned, and it has led us to this conclusion. So what did they learn at the border? Late yesterday, which was Sunday, December 1st, we reviewed video surveillance from U.S. Customs and Border Protection, which clearly shows Hannah crossing the United States border on foot into Mexico. She was alone with her luggage and appeared unharmed. Police later clarified that Hannah used the San Ysidro crossing into Tijuana just after noon local time on November 12th. Azari, who is representing Hannah's family, took another view. She says, to me, voluntary means that somebody's doing something completely on their own volition. It's their own decision. There's no influence. There's nothing. Given what I know from the family and just even whatever's public, none of it all adds up to voluntary to me. No signs of foul play, investigators say. At this point, we have not been able to determine any crime has been committed, McDonald, the police chief, said on Monday. To date, the investigation has not uncovered any evidence that Kobayashi is being trafficked or is the victim of foul play. She's also not a suspect in any criminal activity. McDonald stressed that police see this as a case of a woman making her own choices that have nonetheless drawn widespread scrutiny. We urged Ms. Kobayashi to contact her family, law enforcement, or personnel at the U.S. Embassy to let us know that she is safe. She has a right to privacy, and we respect her choices, but we also understand that the concern her loved ones feel for her. A simple message could reassure those who care about her. He went on to say that though LA police cannot continue their work in another country, and they had no interaction had yet been had with Mexican law enforcement. Quote, if Kobayashi returns to the United States, law enforcement will be notified. The missing person case will remain active in the missing and unidentified persons system, NamUs, until her safety is confirmed by law enforcement. So what was Hannah's state of mind? Echoing the family attorney, McDonald said on Monday when asked about potential arguments or problems that may have happened before Hannah left Hawaii, that there was, quote, no indication that there would be anything to cause this to happen in this fashion for her to go off. But like any family situation, who knows what the dynamics are. When asked about concerning text messages, see, I have questions about these text messages too. When asked about concerning text messages that Hannah's family said they had received from her phone, Hamilton, the chief of detectives, said authorities couldn't, quote, speak to her state of mind. They go on to say, I think some of the communication can be interpreted in a number of different ways. So at this time, we're not able to interpret those communications without having Hannah present to explain how she felt when she sent them and what the specific meanings were for those messages. Lieutenant Douglas Oldfield, an investigator on the case who appeared at Monday's news conference, said there had been indication from Hannah's past post online that she wanted to, quote, disconnect, but he declined to elaborate. He said, by looking at her past social media, we then saw indications that there were some desires or posts that would be consistent in somebody who would have the desire to disconnect from their phone. Still, he added, quote, are we 100% right on that? We can't say. We just know that she did not have her phone after she left LAX. So was that her choice not to have her phone or somebody else's choice? That's the question I have. Answering follow-up questions from the press, Hamilton said that, quote, we have no information that she is working with anyone else and that her feelings were more of a, quote, generalized individual desire than something that was attached to another person or group. Because this, we talked about it a little bit in the last live stream about this, what was it called? This Twin Flames Unity cult thing. So amid the search for Hannah, her dad, Ryan, passed away by self-harm in LA during what the family has called a mental health crisis. I just can't imagine what he was feeling. And then, of course, the family having to deal with not only Hannah being, quote, missing, and then the father. It's just horrible, horrible. McDonald says, I'm very sorry to the family for all that they've been throughout this ordeal. We are very sorry for their loss. I don't know that words can express the feelings that they're going through during this very difficult time. So that is what law enforcement has to say. Let me find the other article that I believe I found. This is from the 6th, so today, actually. Also from People, it says, let me get rid of ads. Hannah Kobayashi's family is actively investigating claim that she was secretly married before she went off the grid. Police have been clear that they see no evidence of a crime in connection with her voluntary missing persons case. So Hannah Kobayashi's family says they are aware of, but not confirming, a new report. Now, I don't know where this new report came from, so as always, take it with a grain of salt. They are not confirming a new report that she was allegedly involved in a, quote, purported immigration scheme and secret marriage before she went to Mexico and off the grid, attracting a national spotlight during a weeks-long missing persons case. Police have been clear for their part that they see no evidence, once again, of a crime in connection with Hannah, whom they believe voluntarily left the country and may have wanted to disconnect with her, which her relatives dispute. Los Angeles Police Chief Jim McDonald once again said, at this point, we have not been able to determine any crime has been committed. To date, the investigation has not uncovered any evidence that Kobayashi is being trafficked or the victim of foul play. She's not a suspect in any criminal activity. Okay, so on Wednesday, December 4th, Los Angeles Magazine published a report alleging that before her case unfolded, that Hannah, quote, may have engaged in a secret marriage for money. And they cited anonymous sources. So once again, take it with a grain of salt. The magazine reported, according to its sources, quote, that Kobayashi was apparently scammed out of the proceeds of a purported immigration scheme. So once again, that you go back to those texts. One of the texts that she put out was that she had basically given away all her funds to someone that, quote, she loved or something to that nature. The magazine went on to report, quote, the possible visa scam was uncovered, sources told Los Angeles, by Kobayashi's mother, who discovered immigration documents in her daughter's home in Hawaii. In a statement on Thursday, December 5th, attorney Sarah Azari, who is working with Hannah's sister and mother, said, quote, "We want to stress that the family has not publicly announced any information regarding an alleged marriage because we do not have the facts or the necessary documents to verify the legitimacy of this information. The family has not confirmed the accuracy of the information provided about a possible secret marriage. This is one of many leads we are actively investigating with the help of our attorney and investigative team. We would also like to confirm that we turned over the alleged information to law enforcement immediately upon receipt." She went on to, quote, "Kindly ask everyone to avoid jumping to conclusions or spreading unverified claims." That's why I say take it with a grain of salt. She says it is especially important not to perpetuate a speculation that anyone is involved in a scam, as this only hinders our efforts to find Hannah and bring clarity and closure to the nightmare we are living because of her disappearance. Lieutenant Doug Oldfield, one of the investigators, tells people that they are not examining the Los Angeles Magazine report of a supposed immigration-related marriage. He says, "For us, it's the point of rumor and that we can't confirm if it is correct," which is absolutely true. At this point, it is just a rumor from anonymous sources. He goes on to say, if it were true, he says, quote, "it would be out of our jurisdiction." So the rest of it is just recapping what we already know. So this just keeps getting stranger and stranger. But now they haven't confirmed it or verified it. But they said in the article that, hold on one second, I'm getting notifications on my phone. Clear them out so they'll quit dinging in my ear. That her mother supposedly, allegedly said that, or yes, that she found immigration, some kind of immigration documents at the house in Hawaii. So it's just, like I said, very strange. Yes, absolutely. I just, yeah, just can't imagine what he was going through. Yeah, Dandy says, "I don't know if I can follow this one. It's kind of conspiratorial for real." Yeah, I think this one is, unfortunately, I think this one's going to turn into one that's going to be fodder for conspiracy theories, rabbit holes, tragedy pimps. That's like I said, when I was reading this article, I want to emphasize again, take it with a grain of salt. Nothing about this alleged marriage has been confirmed, but so we'll just see if anything comes of it or not. Arctic says, "I don't know. I'm kind of getting Carly Russell vibes from Hannah's case. Just waiting on it to come out that she bought Cheez-Its before crossing into Mexico." What is Carly Russell? That name sounds familiar, but I don't remember specifics. Yeah, Dandy says she has been accounted and tracked as a willing missing adult. Yeah. Miranda says no mental illness. That's what they keep saying, but I think I read because I have read several articles about this, that allegedly, reportedly, there was some argument or just, I don't know, disagreement or something right before she left, because she was going to New York, I think, because she had a new job. She was a photographer. She's just gotten a new job somewhere in New York. Yeah, they said no mental illness now. Once again, And I forgot I was going to say something, and I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, when Dandy said that she had been counted and tracked as a willing missing adult. So just go down a little bitty rabbit hole. This is just my opinion, or my not opinion, just a thought. Just because they said that they saw her crossing over in the video, she was by herself. She had her luggage. She didn't appear unharmed. But who's to say that somebody she could have been with had crossed over before or after her, or somebody on the other side called her and say, hey, meet me here at a certain, time or whatever. And I'm not saying it's true, just like I said, a mini rabbit hole. Just because she wasn't shown with anyone doesn't mean she could have been meeting someone. Now, once again, my opinion or my thoughts, absolutely have no proof or anything to, Miranda says, why did the father unalive himself? I can only assume that it was just grief for her being missing. Just couldn't handle the situation. I mean, because when that first came out, I had questions about that too. I mean, because apparently he jumped off of a parking structure. Not saying anything nefarious happened, but yeah, I would just assume just the whole stress of the situation. Yeah, Artist says that's a good question. Dandy says, good. I'm glad I'm not the only one that had just a little feeling. Dandy says her father's death is sus in her opinion. I know what. I mean, I've never had anybody close to me, family member, loved one, friend that has gone missing, willingly or unwillingly. So I can't imagine the amount of. I can only imagine the stress that you'd be under. But yeah, for him to just, because she'd been missing for, I can't remember how long he had been over there looking for her before he took his own life. But to me, that just seems like such an extreme reaction to, because at this point they had no concrete reason to believe that she was deceased, that she was missing. But to me, that just seems like, once again, I'm not saying, that just seems like, and everybody reacts differently. But that just seems like such an extreme thing to do. Now I might can understand it. It might make more sense to me if they did know that she was deceased and then he took his own life. Like I said, that would make a little bit more sense to me. But at that point, they had no reason to believe that she was deceased, that she was just missing, which is bad enough. But yeah, it's just, yeah, very, very strange, very strange. Miranda says she's been torturing somebody, or Chris, with Christmas music. Oh, I can't even listen to, I should say country music, Christmas music, just very limited Christmas music. Now I do love a TSO, Trans-Siberian Orchestra, which they finally started playing on one of the local classic rock stations that I listen to. They played today. The first time I'd heard them play, or heard anybody play TSO this season. They played what's it called? Wizards in Winter, whatever that one is. It's the one you see the TikTok and the videos of the people who have the lights that are synchronized to music. It's the Wizards of Winter. That's the one that it's always synchronized to. If you've never watched any of those videos, find them. They are so cool. But anyway, yeah, that's what Dandy says. Who willingly jumps from a car parking lot while trying to find the child they love? I know. It was just, to me, that just seems like such an extreme, I keep saying it, such an extreme reaction. Now, like I said, once again, if they, if you know, had found out that she was deceased, then I can understand it a little bit better. But I don't know. We'll just have to see. That's an interesting question. We've heard nothing about that, so um, okay. Chris says scissors are for snipping a clip of the live stream. Yeah. Danny says she was long gone into Mexico before he did what he did. Yeah, because I believe, was it November 11th or 12th that they saw her on the video crossing into Mexico, and I believe it was November 24th when he took his life. So that's that. Yeah. Miss Barbara says maybe Dad couldn't live without her. Absolutely. Like I said, we, you know, I say it's an extreme reaction, but everybody reacts differently to a given situation. So it's entirely possible. Absolutely. Dandy says, I can't imagine being on the lam and my parent passing from it and myself not reaching out to a family. That is true. But also, I can't remember, watching another creator or something. They did a video that said it's entirely possible, because she did not have her phone. Who knows in Mexico what kind of news from America they report? She might not even know that her dad passed away. That is a possibility that she does not even know. Now we don't know that for sure, but I hadn't thought about that until this, whoever it was brought it up, that it's entirely possible she does not know that her dad passed away, which makes it even more heartbreaking. Yeah, Miranda says this is so weird. Absolutely. See that, y'all gonna have to tell me who. Remind me. I'm gonna have to look up Carly Russell. Dandy also says Arctic mentioned it earlier. Says just seems like a Carly Russell. But whatever. There's no punishment in that. Yep. Far says a curiouser and curiouser said Alice down the rabbit hole. I know. I'm telling you. Oh, was that okay? Carly Russell, was that the one that said that she was driving down the freeway? This could be an entirely different one, because I remember one where she said that one said that they were driving down the freeway and saw a little kid walking down the side of the freeway and stopped to pick him up or something, and then somebody kidnapped her. Is that the same one or an entirely different one? Uh, Yeah, Arctic said Carly Russell faked her kidnapping. Danny said, and poorly after watching Gone Girl. Oh, so that is the one that, okay. Yeah, because I remember the name was familiar, but I couldn't remember exactly. Yeah, so she was the one that said she saw the, 3-year-old kid or whatever walking down the freeway and got out to see about the kid and then got kidnapped or something. It's all coming back to me now. Okay. Yeah, so we'll definitely yeah, Mr. James says this is crazy. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so we'll definitely keep our eyes on this one to see if anything else develops. All right. I think that is all the articles I had on her. So next we get to JonBenet Ramsey. So according to John Ramsey, her father, he thinks that DNA, and I don't know, I can't remember. Somebody will have to remind me what kind of DNA evidence that they had, if any, in JonBenet's case. But apparently, her father thinks that law enforcement is not doing enough or doing anything with DNA evidence to try to solve the case. So we'll hear what he has to say, and you can give your thoughts. Once again, I'm going to stop my camera real quick while I'm reading. So this is from News Nation, and it is from the 4th. John Ramsey on why JonBenet's killing could still be solved. And once again, got to swat some ads. So John Ramsey believes that there is, quote, a good chance police can still solve the decades-old case of his 6-year-old daughter, JonBenet. He says, we want them, talking about the police, to do more. He said this during an appearance on the Elizabeth Vargas Reports. He says, if they use the latest DNA technology, collaborate with labs, and use familial genealogy research, which successfully finds solutions to old cases, which is true. If they do that, there's a good chance we can solve it. Ramsey said he and his late wife, Patsy, understood why authorities initially considered them suspects. He says, we were in the home. We think it's horrible, but we accept that. But don't stop there. That was their conclusion. He expressed frustration with the investigation, claiming authorities tried to build a case against him and Patsy. Well, they always, maybe not necessarily try to build a case, but the family is always when something like this happens, the immediate family members are always going to be the ones that are looked at first and either ruled in, ruled out, or investigated until and unless they can be ruled in or ruled out. So police in Boulder, Colorado have said there are fresh leads in the case. The news comes following a recent Netflix documentary, which I've not had a chance to watch yet, that sheds light on one of the most shocking homicide cases in modern history. Now, I have read article or reviews from people who have watched the Netflix documentary. They say it's obviously slanted heavily towards, the word of the Ramses being gospel. And I have to say it was done by Joe Berlinger, who is the same one who did the Paradise Lost trilogy on the West Memphis 3 case. So let's keep that in mind. So what happened to JonBenet? John and Patsy Ramsey reported their daughter missing on December 26, 1996, telling police they found a ransom note. And I'll go into my questions or my feelings about this. The ransom note is one of them. They told police they found the ransom note in the house. JonBenet was found deceased several hours later in the basement of the family's home, having been beaten and strangled. At the time, the case gained attention in part because JonBenet competed in child beauty pageants. Videos and photos of the pageants included some that many people found to be too suggestive in nature. Police and media focused on John and Patsy Ramsey as suspects initially, though other theories included an intruder who had entered the home, possibly while the family was out celebrating Christmas. No one has ever been charged in the case, though multiple suspects have been investigated over the years. And then, we had that one guy that admitted, confessed to it, but it turns out he was full of BS. So Boulder Police Chief Stephen Redfern released a video in response to the docuseries and noted there are aspects of the case that cannot be discussed publicly. He says, what I can tell you, though, is that we have thoroughly investigated multiple people identified as suspects throughout the years, and we continue to be open-minded about what occurred as we investigate the tips that come into detectives. I can also tell you that detectives are regularly investigating some aspects of this terrible crime, and I receive updates frequently. There was some progress on the case in 2023 when the former police chief started a task force bringing different agencies together to look at the case. So that is John Ramsey's thoughts on what he believes that this DNA evidence could be used to help solve the case. So let me know what you guys think. Like I said, I have thoughts or things that I have questions about, obviously. Okay, so let me find where I was at. Okay, so Arctic, keep losing you. There he is. Says, have you watched the Netflix doc? No, I've not watched it yet. I'm going to. Like I said, from what I've read, and this is just people who have watched it that gave their review or opinions of it, heavily biased and slanted towards, the Ramseys being innocent and what they say is the gospel. And, once again, Joe Berlinger did it. Same one who did the Paradise Lost, the West Memphis 3 documentary. So to me, that makes it a little, Miss Barbara says she just saw this today. Yeah, Dandy says, I don't believe any network show. They lie. Mr. James says, they've been after everyone in this case. Just figure it out. Wow, been so long. They cleared the family. Yeah. And the question or the things that bother me in this most is the ransom note. I mean, they asked for a specific amount, and it was something, I think it may be the exact amount of some kind of bonus that John had just gotten or something of that nature. So I've always had questions about that. Why that exact amount? It would have been had to have been somebody that knew, and not saying it was a family member, maybe somebody he worked with or knew, or that he had told, that knew that he had got this specific amount of money with this bonus or whatever it was. The ransom note being left on this little spiral staircase. Why leave it there? Why not leave it on the kitchen counter or wherever? The ransom note was fairly long. It was written inside the house from a notebook and a pen that was used from inside the house. So I have questions about the ransom note. And if they were trying to kidnap, if it was a kidnapping for ransom, why take her life? Now, granted, something could have, if it was somebody that was trying to kidnap her for ransom, something could have happened. She could have screamed, struggled, tried to get away. So he just ended it, But I believe a garrote was used. I'm not trying to be, trigger warning, not trying to be crass, but a garrote was used by things from inside the house, which would make sense if, the spur of the moment. I mean, why use that? That would take a little bit of time to get put together and used. I mean, in my opinion, there would be, once again, not trying to be crass, faster ways to do it. And I believe she did have a skull fracture also, if I'm not mistaken, but if I am, please let me know. So questions about that. Let's see what else. Yeah, Arctic says it's been all over the place with this case over the years. I know everybody and their mama has been a suspect, I believe, at one point or another. So down in the basement, or another part of the basement, not where she was found, they found this supposedly this window open or broken with the suitcase that they think an intruder come in, used to get in, and was going to use to get out. Once again, I could see using an intruder using that way to get in, but to get out, just unlock the door and go out a door. That's a lot easier than going back down to the basement. It's easier once you're in. It's easier to when you do whatever you're going to do, just find the closest door, unlock it, and go out and be gone. See what else. If I remember correctly, they didn't find any kind of footprints around that area in the snow, and I could be wrong about that. Once again, not saying that the family had anything to do with it. In my opinion, if it's not the family, it was somebody, definitely somebody who, I'll say somebody definitely who knew them or knew that house. I mean, they had money, so you would think that they would have people that would come in and out, maybe to do work for them, housekeeper, and I'm not sure, yard people, visitors, because they did say that they did host a lot of parties at their house. So it could be somebody that had been to one of their parties, knew the layout of the house, something of that nature. And of course, she was, like I said, she was very high profile with all these pageants that she did. Dandy says, I believe that nothing is what we're told in life. I trust the investigation 0%. I tend to agree with you a little bit there. That's what I'm saying. That's an excellent point. Arctic says, why leave a ransom note at all if you're just going to take her life? Wouldn't you collect the note? Yeah, just take the note with you if things went south. I know, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, it's entirely possible that it was going to be a kidnapping and things went south and they ended up taking her life and just putting her in the basement. But why, why not? Yeah, like you said, why not take the note? Why use a garrote on her? I mean, just bash her in the head. Whatever, there's just a lot faster ways, unfortunately, to take somebody's life than using a garrote. That's never made sense to me as far as a kidnapping perspective, kidnapping gone wrong perspective. Yep, Adana said there was a ransom, but she was found inside the home. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Yep, Miss Barb says this has never made sense to me. I know. That's why I believe it's either a family member that was in the house that night, which there was 3 besides JonBenet. There's mom, dad, and brother, or it was somebody that knew that house, knew them, had been there before. Like I said earlier, possibly to one of the parties they had. And depending on how big, how many people attended these parties they had, and how closely they paid attention to who went in and out, it could have been somebody that they didn't really know that just kind of came in and blended in with the crowd, and a stranger type person, or somebody that maybe lived in the vicinity and just kind of came in unnoticed and mingled and got the lay of the house and managed to get back in at some point. Yep, that's it. It was made in the house, the garage. Artie says it wasn't a kidnapping gone wrong. She had been, yeah, they used like a paintbrush handle and a pencil or something and string from everything from the house to make the garage. So, and then not to mention the botched, when they found her. Now you can kind of understand her dad picking her up. Her dad was distraught, picking her up, moving her. But all the people that went in and out of the house, I think even before the police were called and got there, it was just any evidence that could have been there was destroyed with all the people going in and out. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. So another one that I truly want to know the absolute truth to, besides my Arkansas cases, as far as national cases, this has been one that is just drives me crazy. Drives me crazy. All right. Let me make sure I didn't have anything else on her. I think that was the last one I had. So if anybody's got anything else, see, we're just a little bit over 2 hours. We're good. Hey, we're doing good tonight. If anybody has anything else they want to talk about, any other questions, comments, any other cases, anything I haven't heard about, throw it in chat. Or if you're watching replay, thank you. Put it in comments, and I'll take a look at any cases I haven't heard about or any updates I hadn't heard about. Hello to all the lurkers out there. We love our lurkers, absolutely, just like we love our replay crew. Oh, goodness, I almost pushed the wrong button and set us on fire. I was going to look up something else, and I can't remember what it was. So there hasn't been anything new with Delphi. I don't know about Koberger. I haven't heard anything about that. Nothing new on the Menendez except for they're not going to have their first hearing, excuse me, until the end of January 30th. So we won't know anything about that until at least the end of January. Arctic says his meds are kicking in, so he's going to call it a night. Thank you, my friend, for being here. Always a pleasure to have Mr. Arctic Fox here. Please do check out his channel. He is a wonderful human being, wonderful advocate, wonderful everything. So please do check him out. Before you go, Arctic, we had talked about there are some behind the scenes developments in the Britt McGee case from here in Arkansas. Family friend has been in contact with me, and I think maybe Arctic too, about doing another live stream. I'm thinking about maybe Wednesday. So Arctic, if you're available, you're more than welcome to join me. If not, I completely understand. So maybe Wednesday, since like I said, I have the house to myself, except for the cats, until next weekend, and I can do a live stream whenever I want to. I don't have to schedule around. So maybe Wednesday I'll try to do, or Arctic, if there's any night that you prefer, if you want to join me, just let me know. And what works for you if you want to come on with me. But this definitely, and I did have honestly did have an all transparency. Okay, yes, I will message you. Absolutely, sir. When this family friend who's been in contact with me and Arctic gave me this information or what she wanted to be put out there, which I wholeheartedly agree it needs to be put out there. But I just didn't know ethically or legally, maybe not so much legally, ethically, what to say or what to show. But so Arctic knows about these things, so we had a conversation and he put my mind at ease. So I thank him for that, for all his wonderful patience with me and my questions and everything. So just someday this week, I'm shooting for maybe Wednesday, doing a live stream because absolutely it's like I said, Arkansas case, Britt McGee. I'm trying to see if I still have his. I think I deleted it off here. His missing poster, but he's been missing. Definitely, in my opinion, Arctic's opinion, lots of people, local people's opinions, his family's opinion. Definitely foul play involved, especially with these new developments. So it does need attention. It needs to get out there because nothing against law enforcement, but just like any occupation, there's the good and the bad. And with this case, from what I've heard, law enforcement's not doing. Let's just say they're not doing everything they could be doing. So unless they're just doing it, and it could be they're doing it behind the scenes, just not letting the family know. But I have my questions about that. So anyway. All right. Does anybody have anything else? see if I had anything else stored up in my browser. I think I went over everything. All right, guys. So we will start getting out of here. So maybe we'll shoot for Wednesday if it changes. Like I said, I'll message Arctic and we'll get something worked out and get it scheduled for whatever day or night we're going to do it. Of course, tomorrow night maybe if anybody's up to it, we may do something fun, something as a Sunshine Mind of Monsters calls it, a decompression. Get away from some true crime. I have some other stories, articles that I found not related to true crime, kind of on the weird side, or we can go over those or whatever. Whatever you guys want to talk about that's non-true crime related. We always love talking about movies, music, whatever. You never know what'll come up when we just have a loose, a fun live stream. And of course, Monday night we'll have our usual, unless something unforeseen comes up, Missing Person Monday live stream. And I've got to see, let me check right quick. I've got to see which state is next. This week we did, North Dakota. I've been going just by the Charlie projects, how they have their state regions divided up in the U.S. Let me go and see geographical cases if it'll come up. So we did North Dakota. So this coming week will be Ohio. So I'll have some cold cases from Ohio to bring to you Monday. And then next will be Oklahoma. So I'm sure Arctic will be interested in that. If he's willing to, when we do Oklahoma, if he wants to, he can come join me. And then we'll be South Dakota, and then Wisconsin, and then we will be done with the Midwestern states. We've done all the southern states. So then we'll either go east or west. We'll do eastern states or western states. So I'll let you guys vote on the eastern east coast or the west coast. But like I said, this coming week will be Ohio. Oh, there's Lisa Joe. Hello, Lisa Joe. She says, I'm way late. Girl. No, it's good to see you, Miss Lisa Joe. I hope you're feeling better. I think, was it you that said I read on Facebook that you hadn't been feeling well? I hope you're feeling better. Absolutely. But it's good to have you here, even for just a few minutes. You got anything that you want to, any cases, anything happening on your end that you want to talk about, tell us about? Because Miss Lisa Joe is a very wonderful advocate. She is on Facebook, advocating her little butt off. She does good work. Oh, goodness. So she says, I'm feeling better. That's good. I was sick and I was like exhausted. I sat for like a week with my puppies. Oh, puppy therapy. There's nothing better than puppy therapy. Unless it's kitty therapy. I have cats, so I have cat therapy. But I wouldn't mind puppy therapy either. So I'm glad that you're feeling better. Yeah, this is the time of year when all the, sickness starts going around. Oh, she says, sorry, I wasn't sick, that she knows of, just exhausted. I think a severe exhaustion to me, is a sickness in a way. I mean, because definitely when you get exhausted, even mentally, physically, it's your whole body feels it. Yeah, she said, I was just dead to the world. I've been that way before too. I understand what you're saying, ma'am. Absolutely. And once again, and I don't know if she's still here, but Dandelion, or Dandelioness's birthday is tomorrow, or no, Sunday. So happy early birthday to Dandy. She got her birthday dance video earlier. So if anybody else has a birthday coming up in the next week or so, let me know. And we can do another birthday dance video. I have about 3 or 4 different ones. Yep. Miss Lisa Joe says, happy early birthday. She says she wanted lots of soul because she has like 200 plants. She has a very green thumb, so she needs soul. So we may need to take up a donation as a birthday present so she can buy her some more soul for her plants. All right, guys. My voice is giving out as usual. My bladder's giving out. So thank you so much for everybody that was in chat. I can't go back through and name everybody. You know who you are. I love you, each and every one of you. Thanks to the lurkers. Yes, Miss Barb says this cold weather does not help. Absolutely. Thank you to everybody in chat. Thank you to lurkers. We love our lurkers. Thank you to replay crew. We absolutely love our replay crew. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like button. Leave a comment if you're on replay crew. Most important thing, share to get this important information that we talked about, because we did talk about some missing people that were still missing. So important to get that information out. So please share it anywhere and everywhere you can. Absolutely appreciated. Thank you, Miss Lisa Joe, for popping in for a few minutes. Always good to see you. Yes, and all the darkness. That's one thing I don't like about wintertime. It's just so dark and dreary. And it gets dark here in Arkansas when the time change. I hate the daylight savings time. It gets dark at like 4 o'clock here, 4:30. But anyway. So once again, maybe someday, one night this week, maybe Wednesday, or whatever me and Arctic can work out, we will have a live stream regarding the Brent McGee case and developments in that. Once again, tomorrow night, maybe a fun live stream, depending on what ball games are on tomorrow night. I know the SEC championship game, that's the only one I really care about watching. It comes on at 3, so it should be over by 7 or so. And then Missing Person Monday on Monday. Thank you very much, Miss Barb. Always a pleasure to have Miss Barbara here. She is a rock star. Go check out Timmy's Legacy YouTube channel. It's pinned to the top of the chat. Also in the description, along with the Facebook group and the petition. To go over there, give Miss Barb all the support that you guys can. And I just lost my train of thought, as usual. So everybody have a good weekend. And I should have been multitasking to get my stuff ready here. Everybody have a good rest of your weekend. Be safe, be warm, be careful out there if you are out and about. I know it's the time to get out and Christmas shop and things of that nature. So be careful out there. Always be aware of your surroundings. Keep an eye out. We hate to be paranoid, but we have to be vigilant. So I will see you guys probably maybe tomorrow night and definitely Monday night. Until then, I love you guys. Thank you for everything you do. I love each and every one of you. And I will see you later.